Hello, everyone, and welcome to the wrap up for the 24th of April, 2020. Again, if you guys are new here, basically what we do is we use Trade Ideas Backtester and Auto Trader to come up with four symbols which we think have a statistical and technical advantage to move next week. Plug them into the Auto Trader, go into cash every Friday, and rinse and repeat, as well as just giving my general thoughts about the market. And it's kind of a look into how I pick these type of swing trades. I tell you what happened and we move from there. So far, it's been a pretty good month for all of this when everything is being considered. We're up about $3 or so per share, so $300 per 100 shares traded. Here is the spreadsheet for this week. Again, this is an anomaly of only having one losing week with all these weeks. This is most certainly an anomaly. There will be losing periods in this. There's no magic to what I'm doing. I basically kind of chalk what's going on right now to good luck, and I'll take it. But I like to remind myself and remind you guys that this is not the norm. This is not the norm of this little amount of trading and little amount of work and these type of returns. So I'm going to, again, kind of chalk that up to luck, but I'm going to continue to do the same things until they stop working, and then I will reevaluate. So again, if you haven't read this before, this chart is basically just if you took 100 shares, 2, 3, 4, and 500 shares, what that would have been. So looking at the market this week, we kind of continued a bit of an upward trend, but really after a gap down. So we had Monday here, and then we gapped down, and we kind of rallied to close that. What I will say, it's interesting how weak kind of feeling this rally was. Not too sure. Everyone's kind of targeting this 300 period moving average overhead. I think enough people are looking at it that it probably won't happen. I'm not too sure. Again, my assumption is that the market's not going to make it that easy for the bulls, and it's not going to make it that easy for the bears, that this is just a simple dead cap bounce. I think we left dead cap bounce territory kind of in this area when we kind of pulled above. We made this high, and then we pulled back and made a lower high, and then we made a higher high after that. So I think we left dead cat territory around there. What I expect more than anything is just some choppy action until this whole virus thing is over, and then the market will kind of assess the damage and move on from there. That's my theory behind it anyway. So let's take a look at what we're looking at for this week. We picked up some Sage. This is a great trade. I actually still have some of this in another account, but again, the rules for this account are take your Friday night, run your back tests, find something with a statistical edge, work that edge through your own trading eye, I guess, for lack of a better term, come up with the symbols, load them into the Auto Trader, walk away, close on Friday. Very simple rules, and it's kind of just the way this has been working and working well. But we had a break up over here on Monday, and then we just haven't looked back. So this has been a great trade so far. One of the reasons I picked this was it has a heavy short float here at about 19%, 20%. That could get going if we get up into the gap here at all. We also had VCYT, which triggered and then just kind of chopped around. So we lost on that, and we lost on SSRM that we were looking to short here, and we did, and then it just rallied right back up. So you can see that only one of three trades happened, so a 33% win rate this week, and still a profit. And I'll keep pounding this table and this dead horse until I don't have any voice left. That's really what makes the difference in trading. Nobody out there knows anything. Nobody out there is a god when it comes to predicting every single trade. If they tell you they are, run, right? What separates the good traders from the bad traders here is just a risk reward profile. How much do you make when you're right versus how much do you lose when you're wrong? And that's really everything, right? Because if I went to you as a new trader and said, oh, I have a 33% win rate this week, you'd go, oh man, that must have been an awful week for you. But you can see what happened just by using, sound risk reward type theories. So let's look at what we're watching for this week. Again, I usually do 4 and 4, but I'm kind of liking this 2 and 2, too long and too short. It just allows me to be even more selective, and the results kind of speak for themselves. So it means I get to be more picky, and I don't feel the need to maybe include some stocks that I wouldn't if I didn't have that 4 and 4 requirement. So I'm going to stick with 2 and 2, and we'll see what happens there. I'm looking at BGS. Big strong move up here outside of resistance, and then a little pullback. So this prior resistance is now looking like it could become support. And at the same time, we got this short-term moving average just kind of catching up and hugging underneath, and a hammer candle on Friday. So I think if we break over here, 37% short float, we could get a run there. RP, same type of move, big strong push up, and then a sideways action here for 4 or 5 days with a hammer candle on Friday. And 9% short on this one, so not really as interesting there from a short float, but it's really kind of sitting up near highs here. So this is relatively strong compared to the market for sure, whereas the market, we're kind of sitting relatively in this area. We've pushed up way higher in RP. APRN, I've had this on the list I think 2 times, and I don't think it's really triggered or really wasn't a standout trade, either one. But I look at this down move still as people got over exuberant and sold. If we run the VWAP from the top here, you can see that it's holding down. And again, if you don't know what VWAP is, go just Google Brian Shannon and you'll read a lot about it there. But it's just kind of telling us that from the highs, anyone who got participated in this candle at all in this run up, they are underwater. And every time it comes back up to where they may make money, it's going to sell. So I think frustration is going to hit at some point here, and we're going to have a crackdown, and I'm just going to continue to wait for that. And SKX, essentially with SKX, what I'm looking at here is that it's taken now 4 runs at this, call it $27 area, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 today. And that's failed. And if we continue lower here, I think we could go test 20. So pretty simple plays. Good week. Again, I'm waiting. I've been trading for so long that I just, every time things get this good, I kind of pull myself back and remind myself that it will only remain good if I continue to stay disciplined when it comes to risk reward and letting trades work as they should. So again, just keep that in mind and trade safe out there, guys.